Oh, that's still the stock Streamlabs.
I gotta remember that album to get rid of.
Hello, YouTube.
Hey, YouTube,
Hey,
what's up?
YouTube.
We're here.
What's up, YouTube? Hey, we're doing stuff now. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah,
Hi, welcome to Morning After Music YouTube.
that's right.
We've just gone over all the latest news, releases, tour announcements, and tour cancellations for the week.
No COVID on this one though.
Okay,
Yeah, not a lot of COVID.
Not a lot of COVID.
If you want to see that, you can go ahead and watch us on Twitch.
Yeah.
Where we talk about all that stuff.
Join
Click
us
the
live
links.
every
They're
Sunday.
always in the description.
Yeah.
Okay. Click the links.
Look at the links.
Yeah, made a whole link tree with all the shit on there.
Yeah, all of it.
Click
So
all the
just
things.
click on
All
one
the
place to
welcome.
get to everything. How about that?
That's right.
Today we are doing something a little different. We decided that the first Sunday of every month is going to be Sub Sunday.
That's right. Sub
And
Sunday.
whomever is the top gifter of subs for the month gets to choose the first Sunday's review for the review show. This one we just we went with Jason. Say hi, Jason, in chat.
It's
Yeah.
in chat.
Make
Yeah.
your name pop up more.
Yeah,
Because there's not 50 of them on there already.
I know.
yeah, it's only him, and that's why he got to choose.
There it is.
And he chose Dir En Grey's 2008 album Uroboros.
Yeah.
This was their 7th studio album, released on November 11th, 2008. 11/11, guys, make a wish. I wish Skyrim would, come out with the 6th game, even though it's Elder Scrolls. Shut up. There's 12 tracks
You got
or
it.
15, depending if you listen, which version you listen to. I think we all listened to the remastered version, so it was 15. With the original runtime coming in at 58 minutes and 54 seconds. Or was it 13 tracks? Sorry. I still had the other one from last week on there.
Nice.
Whoopsie.
That's the same.
It's about an hour. give or take.
The point was it was long. Okay.
It was a long
Point
album.
was,
I didn't understand one fucking word of it.
Nope.
where's my subtitles, damn it?
I know.
The producer for this album was Dir En Grey themselves. Go figure. The album is named after the Uroboros symbol, which you've all seen. It's the symbol of a dragon or a snake eating itself in the full circle, representing continuity and the cycle of power, with emphasis on the theme of reincarnation within the lyrics.
More Skyrim things.
Yeah,
Or Skyrim
Skyrim stuff.
Yeah.
The album had the band recording with many new instruments for them, including the mandolin, congas, the electric sitar, and a biwa. Boom.
Ooh, beautiful.
That's cool.
It's that thing that they used in Demon Slayer, remember? Not the
Yeah.
not that one, but the
Not the
boom.
slapping guy?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
The one when they were going through the portals. We just watched it last night.
Nice.
I was like,
Nice. Very good.
Fucking,
Nice.
Very
fucking
good.
rad. The vocalist, his name's Kyo, aided a point to put an emphasis on clean vocals this time around, accentuating softer compositions while still blending in his signature screams.
Yeah.
Uroboros is full of themes of guilt and reincarnation, as well as the past, present, and future of Dir En Grey, as stated by guitarist Kaoru in press releases. He also said that the album would progress into heavier and darker sounds, as well as a, quote, oriental and religious mood, end quote. Yep, that was the entire album in a nutshell. You're right.
Cool.
The first two track titles, Sabir and Venushka, are derived from Tibetan and Russian languages. The former referring to the movement of the earth, while the latter is a Russian phrase used to talk about elements that are linked to sins and can be translated to guilt from the word vina. Critics saw this as an experimental album for the band and a defined shift back to the band's roots, while retaining the metal elements of their recent works at the time. In the US, it sold 6,054 copies in the first week and reached 114 on the Billboard 200, which is the first time the band broke the top 200 in the US.
Nice.
For them.
Meanwhile, in their home native country of Japan, They sold 37,000 albums in the first week and landed the number 4 spot on the Oricon chart. Oricon chart. Their best performance since their 2002 album, Kiso.
Oh wow! So it took them 6 years to break that kind of curse.
Yeah.
So good for them. That's cool.
And that's the background. That's the history. That's the fun facts. I will now throw it to you guys. What all did you think of this?
Yeah. So, Brett, would you like to take this one?
No, you
First?
can go first.
Let me go first. Okay. All right. So, like I kind of prefaced in the beginning morning brew section of our show, I've seen them play live. I think we've seen them twice, right? I saw them once
I've seen them
at
once.
Family Values, and then I think I saw them with you, Brett, at Taste of Chaos. We're right around the same time, right? 2007, 2008. So it was like either this album came out and I didn't know, or it was like gonna come out, and maybe they're featuring some of the tracks. Again, I would have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I discovered them at that point, right? This is technically the first time we're looking at an entire album that's in a different language than what we speak. Okay, so a foreign track or a foreign album in general. I think for America in 2008, this wasn't the play. Right?
No.
But I could see it. I could see why they got on to like festivals and tours like Korn, Family Values, played with Slipknot.
Oh yeah,
right?
I could see that.
I could see that. It makes sense because they are specifically in this time period of their tenure very grimy. Right? It was kind of grimy, right? And obviously he has the signature vocals that were like, I don't know. Oh, they played with Linkin Park? Pretty cool. Didn't know that.
Oh, I could actually see that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, they got like some interesting grime to their vocal. Keo also has a very good clean vocal, right? And if you said this was the first time we kind of are supposed to be hearing that, I'm glad they kind of mixed in a little bit of that like guttural sounds with the cleans. Very cool. I do like the story, like you were explaining, Cody. It was kind of interesting to think about guilt and rebirth and all that other nonsense. Definitely a concept album as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And there was a lot of variety in this one. That was my highest rating, by the way, when we get to that. There's not a lot of songs that kind of mix together well. It was just kind of all over the place. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know.
I think I have an idea.
Okay. Dir En Grey, like Cody said, in Japan did very well for this album. And they do very well because Japan's different than America, clearly. I think they sound great for what they do. Do they sound great for my preference? No. Okay. Do I respect them as like proggy grime metal bands? Sure. Am I gonna listen to them? No. I do enjoy getting the random requests, though, Jason, and chat in the future.
I think that like an album to shit
silly.
on is so much funnier though.
Yeah, it's so much
like,
fun.
Just a good
It's
album.
silly.
It's like okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
we all
silly
like it.
I know. Like I was sitting here, I was like, God damn, this is rough to get through. But there was some stuff that in it. I was like, that's kind of a cool riff. Like I did go back. Like Venushka, that second track is very long song. It's like 9 minutes.
It's so long. Yeah.
Okay, but like if you listen to each individual part, they're like, okay, the intro, I see what they're doing there. They're starting the track, right, or starting the album, and then it's like, okay, I don't know what's going on in the middle, but then it gets like really fast and kind of like two-steppy and like grimy, and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, and then it stops, and then I have to wait a little bit. Then something else cool comes around. I was like, oh no, makes a lot of sense why they played with Korn, right? Because that song, and then they change, and then they do some weird thing where that's like hitting congas for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Is if we had like a spoken word poetry kind of show right now? It's a lot of random things happening, and I think that's why my variety is up there. Positive or negative, yet to be seen, at least for me. But variety in general, they did a lot. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to go down my list before I give you my final score, and I'll toss it over to you, Brett, afterwards. But lyrics, I didn't understand a lot of them. Obviously, I don't speak Japanese. And a lot of the gutturals, I couldn't really pick out and how it fit with the melody. So I just said that's like a 6 for me. It's somewhere in the average.
Real quick, before you go,
Yeah.
I am looking through. I should have did this beforehand, but if you look at the lyrics, translated to English and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What they're writing is cool. What the
I'm not
sure.
faulting that.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving him a bad grade because I couldn't understand it. I think it was just the variance between, how you're going to do a scream, how you're going to bring part your story in a clean vocal as well. It was a little all over the place for me, so that's why I'm kind of pulling that down there. Musicianship, they're pretty good musicians, at least in my view. I think as a prog metal band, they are doing it. They're not. This album wasn't, technically, great, but I think they did well at composing their songs. Especially when each song had like 4 different genres in it. And then production-wise, it was sounded like 2008. I said that was an average. That was a 7.5. Right, that's just somewhere in there production-wise. You can't do much in 2008. Variety, like I said, that's a 9 for me because it's just everywhere. It's just so many things to listen to. There's so many different things going on. Consistency, it sounds like Dir En Grey. I think that's the point, right? 7, right? Average. Memorability, I'll never remember this. It's a 5.
You were way nicer on this than I was.
Yeah, I knew it. I was like, it's average to me. I said this is average for what they're trying to do. Could they be better? Yeah. Do they get better? Of course. Right? We've listened to some of their stuff on the show. Yeah, they get better. Right? For them, it's average to me. For me personally, for a style of music, do I ever want to listen to it again? No. So thank you, Jason, for the recommendation, my dude.
Says the guy that brought in that fucking Unleash the Archers or whatever that was.
That's a good shit. Okay.
Hey, listen.
I'll take
shit
a
on
trip.
it all you want. That's our best performing MAMS video on YouTube.
Oh, of course it is, because it's fucking Canadians talking about dragons and shit. Like,
I know.
it's fucking wild.
All right.
Yeah. So my take
Go
on
for
this, growing up listening to Dream Theater and fucking Symphony X, is just prog shit.
Yeah, it's
prog metal. I guess I was a little more. I can't remember what. I was a little more mean on it, I guess.
Okay.
The lyrics.
Tough.
Yeah, critical. Yeah, critical. There we go. Yeah, the lyrics. I mean, obviously, I don't understand them. I don't speak Japanese. That's never my thing, anyways. That's we've talked about it before. I tend to just listen to the music. So to me, this is actually kind of a good thing. I got to just listen to him as a instrument instead of listening for the words.
Good point.
So it was kind of nice. Not my favorite. Some of his screams, like I thought they were just like really random times, and then some of his cleaning parts, I'm like, it's like why are you doing this right now? This doesn't fit.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that was my take on the lyrics and stuff. The musicianship, I don't think they were that good. Like the drummer was okay. The guitar parts, when I'm listening to them, I'm like, these are fairly easy guitar parts that they sound hard because of the style of the music and stuff. But if you just listen to that part, it's like just a
yeah. So you're just grading on technicality.
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just I didn't think it was it. Like I could tell they were influenced by Dream Theater and that kind of music and that style, and they wouldn't. It's not. I'm not saying they don't have the talent to do it. It's kind of like the Avenged Sevenfold stuff. Where what the hell is that album?
I heard a lot of Avenged in this.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did too. Which we saw them with Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, it makes sense. Like I understand everything that's going on with this album. I just don't like the way it was put together.
Okay.
The production. I mean, you already said it. It was 2008. This is definitely a garage band style sound.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I could put this right next to Chiodo's, and I couldn't tell you which one was better.
Yeah, a lot of these bands from the 2000s, you're not going to get away from it. It's kind of what it is.
Thing.
Yeah.
But it was also like it's kind of like punk back in the 80s and stuff. It was just that was the sound.
Sounds like ass.
Yeah, it sounds like ass, and it's cool. Right. It's raw.
Yeah.
You hear that guy? You hear the fuck up with the double bass going? It's cool.
Yeah.
Like now it's
Bring me horizon.
don't you dare. Yeah. Old shit is garbage.
He probably tried to record that 100 times.
That's why it's triggered.
Yep.
No, I say I know they can do the things. It's just I wasn't digging how they put it together. The variety all over the place, man. There was shit that just didn't need to be there. There was 9-minute songs that did not need to be 9-minute songs. Like, I mean, we've listened to Deer Hunter and stuff in here. Like, we've listened to songs that are ridiculously long.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that have a story to them. You have to put a lot of thought into something like that, though. And it just feels like it wasn't put together in that kind of way. Consistency, I was fairly low on it because it's just, you know, it's the thing of the variety. There's so much variety going on. There's no consistency. You know, that one's, I think those are kind of like if one's good, one's bad, and it's hard for a band to get both.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like when we were doing Phineas and stuff, like variety wasn't quite as high. But there was enough going on that it was different. They had ballads and stuff.
Yeah, which made it consistent.
Right.
Gotcha.
You know, I could still I could hear different songs, but I could still hear that it was Phineas every time. This, I was like, what is happening? Why are we doing all this stuff?
Yeah.
And my memorability, I only remember I don't know how to say it. It's track 4. Daokoku to Sarinu, something like that. I probably fucked that up really hard, but there's like a kind of like a chanting vocal kind of part going on, like one of those like really big wall of sound builds, and I liked it. I really liked that. And I wanted more of it, and then it stopped. I was like, God damn it! Like, I finally like something in here, and it stops. So yeah, I don't know. Not my album.
Okay. Hey, listen, that's fair.
So I'm trying not to just be, you know, a complete asshole, but you know, it's gotta say what you gotta say.
Hey, yeah, I mean, hey, that is your prerogative, Britney Spears.
I am BS.
All right. True. So for me, I was on it at first. It is kind of a weird start with what was it, like a 5-minute long intro with no vocals that kind of
did not need
stops
to happen.
midway through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did
And
not
then
need to happen.
starts.
I wasn't
Weird.
a fan of that. Yeah.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
But I listened to this on the way to and from the Liverpool game this morning because it was all the way out in the St. Pete bar because big game today against Man City, big old thing.
So
I
that was cool.
I just got really high on the way, and I was just sitting there driving, and by the time I was on the bridge, the album had kicked in, and I was just kind of having my own little journey, just kind of in my own head, just, you know, the drive.
Oh yeah, especially over the bridge, you just kind of
just chilling.
So I was
get
just kind of
television.
zoned in and just enjoying everything, and it was fine. I wasn't like focused too hard on it, but I will say I passed by a dude with on the back of his truck. It said, you know, no mandatory vaccines, and on the side it says, do not comply. And so then I just started going on a whole anti-vaxxer rant in my head to this. And you know what? Now lyrically, the themes and all that stuff, I felt that because that background music to those ideas and thoughts that I was having in that argument, I was fighting that dude without running him off the bridge. It fit. You know? And then once I realized that was what was happening, I was like, oh, I got to make sure I talk about this later. Don't forget, Dum Dum. Towards the second half of the album, I started feeling like a lot of dread because of it. Because it's a little bit more sorrowful in one of the songs towards the end. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to which song was what. It all blended together.
Right. It was all just
also, I was driving, so I wasn't looking at lyrics or nothing like that. I was just kind of accepting it for what it was. And yeah, I felt an overwhelming sense of dread of where society is heading, just looking at the big picture. And this was a perfect soundtrack for that. Right. And it makes sense, you know, learning that the lyrics and what they are writing about it is supposed to be emphasizing that cycle of power and continuity and the full circle and reincarnation and all that stuff, looking at sins and all that shit. It fits with what we're going through right now. Maybe this album was just too early. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if this album was produced nowadays or recently, it would have sounded a little bit better.
Sure.
Jason does say in chat that this was their first prog type album, so this was them figuring that out. You know,
how to tell a longer story. You know,
and get a little bit more creative and experimental.
Sure.
So for what it was, I enjoyed it. It's not my new favorite album or anything. Dir En Grey have always been that band that just kind of existed, and I've always seen on tour lineups and just been like, oh, hey, look, it's that Japanese band.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
Sure.
I haven't seen them live.
Japanese band.
So
right.
I haven't been able to experience them. And I probably would really like them if I saw them live.
The only thing I remember seeing them live, I don't even remember the music. It was just the guy. Yeah, they were just dancing all over the place.
Yeah, jumping around.
Like, yeah, they were jumping around a lot.
Yeah.
So like, I guess they put on a show. I do remember that.
Yeah, it didn't suck. Like, I didn't know what was happening, and I'd never heard them before. But like, it didn't suck. I remember like, hey, I'm bobbing at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite band. I'm waiting for the band to come on after y'all. But like, hey, at least this is something I'm listening to. You know?
There's music being played.
Yeah.
And they're saying stuff.
Yeah.
What I said, for what it is, I enjoyed it. It was okay. Now
Better
that I've
than
looked
a
at the
trade?
lyric,
Yes.
yeah. The lyrics are. It's very average for me. Lyrics are average. Musicianship's a little above average because they are doing a lot of interesting, cool stuff in between all the craziness.
Mm-hmm.
His vocal range is, I've always heard about Dir En Grey's singer's vocal range. It rivals Danny Filth's little screeches and all that stuff. He's right up there with Villa Vallo with his range and all. And it's on display here. Cool. Good job.
Yeah. Right.
Production, like you guys said, just kind of, again,
It's there.
just average. It's 2008. It is what it is.
Someone put a microphone to a drum set and hit record.
I don't know. I didn't listen to the original version. I only listened to the remastered version.
It's probably worse.
So,
Well, I'd say Jason said, for the love of God, don't listen to the damn original.
He did say that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like, so,
exactly. Which scares me.
So yeah, I was like, if this sounds like this and this is the remaster, like,
How
ooh.
bad was it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the remaster of Between the Buried and Me's first two albums. It's like cool.
Cool. It got that
It's
much
still
better.
rough.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
still not Between the Buried and Me as we know them now. It's
Yeah,
still,
y'all are doing so much stuff on your
Deathcore
instruments,
prog.
and you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
It's like relax, right?
They recorded it while on tour, going from country to country.
I can hear it.
Interesting.
Yeah, plugged into
I
Yeah,
can hear
on
it.
GarageBand,
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah.
plugged into an
Um,
interface and just went to town.
You're like,
Okay.
this
Pretty loose.
MacBook actually comes with stuff now? Like what?
Holy shit! Yeah. Right.
So before we get into our little rankings and our numbers,
Around the net.
here's around the net. I didn't go too far in deep in with this one because truth be told, I got home and immediately had to start working on it because I only had an hour and a half before we went live, and I had to do this and put together the other doc. So I just went with what was on Wikipedia. So
Oh
there
yeah,
you go.
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
About.com gave it a 7. All-Music gave it a 9. Kerrang
A 9.
gave it Kerrang gave it a 6.
Okay.
Metal Hammer gave it an 8. Neo Magazine, which I gotta assume is probably a Japanese magazine, a 9. Regen gave it a 10. It rhymed.
10.
Wait, a 10? A 10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Perfect album.
Again, I'm assuming that's probably a Japanese publication.
Which
If I had to guess.
Still.
Sure.
Yep.
Perfect album. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I just calls it how's I sees it, Brett.
Neo is a
Neo's
UK
a-
Ireland thing.
Okay, what about
They're
Regen?
Matrix fans.
Regen.
Regen?
I don't know. Revolver gave it an 8, and Rock Sound also gave it an 8. Regen is spelled here. Like that.
Those are way
Um,
overall. Those are way higher than I expected.
Yeah.
There were some that I was like, that makes sense. Some of them.
Yeah,
The ones that were pushing, like I can see high end like get into the 8, you know, for someone who really liked this kind of stuff.
US.
But like the 9s and 10s, that's not it.
No, and it's funny is I tend to go with Kerrang most of the time. They're usually the closest to me.
Yeah.
Or alt
So that average is an 8.13.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot higher than I thought. But hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
2008 times were different.
Maybe this was revolutionary in 2008. Who knows?
Probably. We didn't have a lot of Japanese bands back then. Maybe they're just super psyched about that.
Maybe.
I guess.
Benefit of the doubt, I suppose.
Listen, I understand why people like it. I understand why all that stuff. It's the same people who also listen to Cradle of Filth, unironically still, and
right.
All that stuff. I get it.
Like finding interest in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like if Steven was here, he probably likes this too. He
might actually.
Yeah. No, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Like we all collectively generally come from a metalcore background. So, stuff like this, I appreciate for the weirdness. I appreciate for the uniqueness of it. But also, am I going to go back and listen to it? Probably not.
Yeah, my issue is that, like, growing up with my fucking dad.
Yeah.
I have a very high bar for prog metal.
Sure.
So it's, if you're going to label yourself that and go in that route, at least for me, you've got to do some, specific things to get there.
And I think like they were trying, right? For some odd reason, because there's parts of their writing that's like, this sounds like new metal, and it fits well with the Korn people, right? It fits well with the sludgy Slipknot slappity slaps, right? Like I hear that shit. Okay.
I get why they've toured together. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I get why they've toured with every band that that I've known that they've toured with.
And then we get a label and a history about them wanting to move more into like this avant-garde experimental prog stuff, and it's like, I don't know if this band can do that.
Yeah.
But then we know later on that they do it and they get there, right? It just happens at this point in time. It's funky as fuck, right? Yeah. So that's, I think, where we sit at it in 2008.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, who wants to start with their ratings?
All right, I'll give you mine first, Cody.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So overall, I added in. I edited it a little bit just from us discussing it as we do. So it was a little higher initially, but it only went down like 0.4, like it barely dropped for me. So looking at this, I say it's a 6.96.
Okay.
And it makes a little sense with like Kerrang being a 7.
Kerrang was a 6.
Kerrang was a 6.
Yeah.
Okay, 6, and then whatever was the 8, I kind of
Metal Hammer.
Stuck it in the middle, and I was like,
there you go.
That makes sense. That makes sense for me.
Yeah.
Brett.
This is why I was talking about me and Kerrang. Apparently we get along. I gave it a 6.3. Technically.
Okay.
6.33. Okay.
Sitting in the same place.
Mine was slightly higher. Probably just because I was coming off that high.
Yeah, no way.
Literally.
It ended up being a 7.22.
Okay.
So I mean, not too high.
Originally, mine was a 7.08, so it just went down just like a little bit. Right. So I think we were right there in that average range.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Brett, pull up that wall of retro.
The wall.
The wall of retro.
Hell yeah! Oh shit, that's the wrong wall.
Put a little like sub Sunday symbol by it, so we know.
All right, where do y'all think it's placing?
The bottom, 8.
I mean, yeah, because your highest one, or the highest one was yours at 7.2.
Oh, what do you know? You guys can do quick maths.
Right.
Uroboros. Is that how you spell it? Doesn't matter.
With a U.
Drum roll. Okay, so what do y'all think? What do y'all think it is?
It's a 7.0 and change.
No. I'm gonna go 6.72, just to be stupid.
Okay.
All right. The correct answer was 6.84.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
I was thinking 8, but I was like,
Close.
nah, I'll
Close.
wait.
all right.
So, hey, and you know what? Average. Not bad.
Average. Yeah.
Not
Average.
amazing.
Just an
Just
average
below,
shot.
just below a C. That's still passing. You
Right.
know, teacher's feeling nice. I'll round it up, and you get a fucking C for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fair.
It is recommended to specific people, not to everyone.
So
Yeah.
I think there's a U at the first letter.
It is.
Okay.
I am not
Uroboros.
changing it though.
I'll fix it. Don't worry. Whoop,
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, it makes sense. I think it's not terrible. And if you scroll up to the wall of Mosh, there's some that are below that, right?
Yeah.
It's like, bruh,
Yeah.
right? And that does make sense. We hated those. I didn't hate this. It was just
Not my thing.
plain. It was
Yeah.
just not something I want to fucking listen to ever again. I didn't hate it. I wasn't angry.
No, I hate everything, Josh.
Yeah, I wasn't
Fuck it
angry though. I appreciate Dir En Grey as being like this band who's been around forever in this weird scene of experimental, weird Japanese metal. I get it, but I'm not listening to it ever again. So chat wherever you are. If you're in the YouTubes, if you're in the Twitches right now, right? First Sunday of every month, Sub Sunday. If you are gifting us subs, the highest one gets to choose what we listen to and review.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
This was Jason's this month. You could choose something weird as fuck. You could do Britney Spears. Do anything.
You
The
Florida
next-
Georgia line, I don't care.
Give
Yeah.
a shit.
I'll like it.
Tell us. Do it.
The next day that we will be picking the audience choice will be Halloween. So
Oh yeah.
first
Nice.
Sunday of November is the 7th. So
Right. So you got like
the whole ass month, bitches.
Yeah. So
Whole
let's
ass
get some
month.
subs in here. Participate in chat. We'll
Hey
be
guys, here's the thing. There's not a lot of people gifting subs here, so just gift like 2 and you're good.
and you win. Yeah.
You win.
It's
It's
done.
easy.
And you get to run the show essentially.
Basically,
Right?
what
It's
it
a fun time.
is if you buy us the album, we'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, $4.99. Why not?
Yeah.
Right? And we'll have incentives and stuff like that. Getting planned out as the rest of the month goes along, so everyone can be interactive and hang out with us. And also with the Sub Sundays things, that's fun and shit. And if you're at a different show, are we gonna say that carries over?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can only hang out on Thursdays and you gift us something, it can be counted to anything you want, motherfucker.
See right up there where it says gift sub now to be number 1, just right there. Whoever
Just
is number
right
1
there.
at the end. Boom.
Right. There it is.
Oh shit.
Fabricio.
You know what's funny is
Greetings from Brazil.
Oh
Hell yeah.
shit! Hell yeah!
If you didn't hear, if you want to hang out forever and be a true germ bro, right? If you send it a sub, this is what we were talking about earlier. You get to choose the album we review. You just
For
missed the
next
review.
month.
For next month, okay? Check out this on YouTube and you can see how it works, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out though. Super cool.
We're not going anywhere though. Hey, YouTube, we're going somewhere for you.
Yeah.
Make sure you like and
you,
subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, YouTube. Leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite Dir En Grey song is or whatever. Guys, it is. So it's my turn again. To pick
It
for
is
the
your
album.
turn to
It is your
pick.
turn.
That's
Now,
right.
question. The last album was the new. It was Eternal Blue. So it was
That's
new.
right.
Are we sticking with our old, new, or is
Yeah,
it back to new because this was an old album?
I think
I
that's
think-
the best way.
I think we should stick with it. Cool. We're
Yeah.
sticking with it.
Okay.
So you'll be doing a retro?
Mm-hmm.
Because we have when is the Black Parade?
That is
Sepultura.
on
The
20
that's
on the
Cody's
24th.
thing, Fabricio.
Yeah.
So the 22nd, you said
24th.
24th. So that would be the third week.
Mhm.
So we have
Retro, new, retro, new.
Wait, for
So
what
if we
album?
for the Black Parade,
Oh, right.
that comes later.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we go back to me picking new, old, new, I mean that would set us up for a retro for that week.
okay.
That's fine.
Pull the trigger.
Well, then I think you boys know what I'm gonna pick if
Is it
I'm
Papa?
doing a new album.
Is it Papa?
We got Papa Murray. We gotta get some fucking thick 100-pound back squats up in here. That's right. We're gonna be doing a new Bill Murray album.
Hell yeah.
brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Squatting at 400 pounds.
Squatting them
Right.
400 pounds.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah.
Bill Murray's new album that came out like
Last Monday.
last Monday. Very cool. So we'll be listening to that for next weekend on Sunday, 5 p.m. right here on Twitch and on the YouTubes, obviously.
Yep.
Then we'll be setting us up perfectly for Black Parade anniversary.
24th.
Yes.
Yes. So there you have it.
And little band called Einstein Kills the week before. Because their album comes
spooky.
Ooh,
Spooky.
spooks.
Daddy.
Spooky.
It is spooky month.
It is spooky month. Okay.
All right.
Well.
So thanks for watching.
YouTube, thanks for hanging out.
YouTube, goodbye.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Twitch, don't.
No, Twitch. Now
Twitch boys.
it's time